Hi there, I'm Dylan Tanner and this is the 11th episode of Movement, Mind and Meaning and part 2 of this goal setting series I want to share with you. Today, we're going to get right into the power of real goal setting system and we're going to start with Goal Setting Module 1, Mind Mapping. This is the first of 5 goal setting modules. In depth, yes. However, once you've gone through the full process and you know how to set goals like a pro, your life will improve beyond measure if you apply the strategies and tactics. Also, as well as this goal setting process, I'm going to get you started on achieving your goals and get you moving away from where you are in life right now and closer to where you want to be, which I'm saying with some confidence as there's something in your life you're not happy with and you'd like to shift away from there or you wouldn't be listening here. So let's talk about the importance of goal setting. Our brains have a built-in success mechanism that will tell us and direct us on the what and the how to do the things we need to do and achieve what we want to achieve. However, this can only happen once we tell our brains what we actually want. More often than not, what we tend to do is spend way too much time worrying about the obstacles that could get in the way of achieving what we really want, and worrying about how we don't know how to get there, and worrying about how we don't know how to get there with the what and the how of how to achieve these things. And if we just gave our built-in success mechanism a clear and direct target, then the mechanism will start to figure out the what and the how for us. Without this, our brains have no idea what we want, and so we cannot start to figure out the methods and actions needed to achieve our goals, as it has no idea what our goals are, the target. With this target, our built-in success mechanism will start to figure out the methods, and suddenly you'll find yourself thinking about and carrying out tasks that clearly take you towards your goals, as if it's no effort whatsoever. It really is this powerful. So let's get started. Phase 1. What do you need? As I said in the last episode, you need a pen and a pad for this. This will be done with pen and paper only. Why? Personally, I despise writing anything of significance in technology. There's no connection to the brain. You forget most of it. They go there to die, never to be looked at again. Plus, it's been proven there is a distinct connection to the brain when we physically write something out, which is very important for goal setting. So, whenever there's anything significant you want to write down to plan or to write goals like now, pen and paper should always be the way. Now that's over and you're on board, let's get down to it. To start this process off, you're going to write all your goals down. Weight loss goals, health goals, fitness goals, career goals, life goals, and any others you can think of. These could even be goals so small and insignificant that you'd never usually call them a goal or write them down. Please write them down. It's very important we get everything down, big and small, as even achieving the smallest goal can set you up on a road to success and lead you to achieving much bigger substantial goals. That's how this works. So, make it easy. Start with your biggest and most obvious goals. The stuff that keeps you awake at night. The stuff on your mind when you're watching TV or eating. The stuff that plagues you. Then all the things connected to those goals that could help those goals in some way. What you'll find is once you start doing that, other goals you couldn't remember at first will start to flood back, or even things you didn't realize were goals at all. And this is definitely worth stating. This is not done best when attempted in one big swoop. You will likely be at work or relaxing with family and boom, a goal you'd forgotten about pops into your head. Write it down anywhere, even in your phone if you must, then add it to your goals page ASAP. You might well find that when you stop thinking and trying to remember goals, that's when they'll pop in there. So jot them down. Don't leave it thinking you'll remember. You probably won't. Then keep going until you can't come up with any more. This is your first task for pro-level goal setting. Please complete this as fully as you can before moving on to phase 2. Something worth thinking about. Goal setting is something that people very often fob off as silly or unnecessary and never really give it the thought or effort that's needed to make it work for them. I'm walking proof that this works. Without learning how to goal set in a real and meaningful way through all my research into mindset and psychology for success, I wouldn't have had the successes I've had with this system. Not to mention the countless clients changing their lives with this system, whether it be weight loss, career change, job interviews, negotiating better salaries. This has helped them with it significantly. This I know is a fact, as before going deep into this stuff, I was spinning my wheels in the same old patterns going nowhere for far too long. So please, if you want to succeed, take this seriously. This could be the difference. It was and still is for me, and so many people who still keep it up. Goal setting module 2. Now that you've got all your goals written down on paper, or most anyway, and please do add to them as more pop into your mind as you go through this powerful process. Now why is it so important we write all our goals down? big or small. Simple. If you have every single one of your goals written down and you start picking smaller goals to complete and achieve, your other bigger goals will start to become real. I wrote my goals down and started achieving things in 2 weeks that I believed were 2 years away. I started achieving goals I believed would never be achievable. It really is this powerful. So then, this next phase. Using the same piece of paper your goals are already written on, I want you to number from 1 every single one of your goals in order of importance to you. So, stick a nice big juicy 1 by your most important and passionate and desired goal. Then go from there. Have a good look through them and number them all. You're not allowed joint 1s, meaning you can't have 2 1s or 2 8s or whatever it might be. Only 1 of each number for your goals. You must choose for clarity of purpose. And please note this right now, do not rewrite your goals on a separate piece of paper yet. And do not number your goals in the order of how quick you think they can be achieved. This phase is in order of importance to you. Your biggest, most important, passionate goal could be 5 years away, yet it's still number 1. Okay, let's move on to goal set in module 3. In this goal setting system so far, you've written them out, you've numbered them to priority to you. Now phase 3. You need to be realistic on the time scale it could take you to achieve each goal. You will put each of these numbers by your goal, again to the left, or the right if there's no room. The numbers are 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and 24 months. These numbers represent the timescale in months that you believe you can achieve each goal within. So, if you believe you can achieve a goal within 3 months, stick a 3 to the left of it. If you believe it will be longer than 3, but doable within 6, put a 6 by it, and so on. If you have goals that you believe will take longer than the above timescales, then the longer term options are 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. These numbers represent the timescale in years for the longer term goals you might have. Honestly, I'm so happy you're here, making the effort to carry out the exercises in this process, as it's incredibly powerful and substantially increases the possibility of you achieving what you want in life. You've invested yourself into this process now, so let's make the most of it. Let's move on to goal setting module 4. Now it's time for the rewrite, the right way. So you've written all your goals out, numbered them to priority and put the scales on them. So now you're going to write your goals out again, in order of priority, regardless of the timescale. So even if your number 1 goal has a timescale of 24 months, it still goes at the top. However, you will write them a bit differently this time. What do I mean? Let me give you an example. With goals, if you simply write something like to eat plant-based foods, your brain won't make any sense of this. It means nothing to your brain. There's no timescale or exact goal set. However, if you were to change that statement into I'm going to eat plant-based foods at least 80% of the time for 3 months, now your brain gets it. We need to stick markers on our goals, amounts, lengths of time, etc. Only then will your brain take that information in and start to make stuff happen for you as part of the success targeted system I mentioned earlier. We do it this way over modules as it gives your brain plenty of time and opportunity to take in your goals, to be able to process them and set you on the path to achieving them. Here are a few more examples for you on how to write out your goals again so your brain can put them into action for you. Within 6 months I will lose 35 pounds. Within 24 months I will have 3 new income streams. Within 12 months I will have my dream car, a GT Ford Mustang. Within 3 months I will be counting to 10 with my son. Within 12 months I will have my business set up so it can run without me, so I can travel anywhere, anytime. These are just some examples. When goals are written this way, they set the time marker on the specific goal too. It's not left open as a nameless goal that could mean nothing to your brain. For example, you could say, I want to lose weight. So your brain could take this to mean you simply want to lose 3 pounds in the next 10 years, as it wasn't given a specific end result or a time-specific measure to attain it by. When you do this properly, however, your brain has a specific target as discussed in the first goal setting module. It can then start to work towards it. It will start giving you the how, the why, and the what to achieve these goals. The above sentence examples are for your very initial goal setting process and for you to suss out and realise just how quickly you can achieve your goals once you start writing them down and putting your brain to work in a real way. We all too often think our goals are light years away when in actual fact, when we put our mind to it, we can achieve them quite quickly. The next step to this phase is to state actual dates to achieve your goals by. So you will state, by October the 2nd, 2020, I will weigh 12 stone body weight. This gives us much more feedback about our goal achievement and how we're going about achieving our goals. It's set in stone, and you will either weigh 12 stone on October 2nd, 2020, or you will not. Then from there, you can assess where you can improve your day-to-day life to achieve your goal by another set date. Sometimes you'll achieve your goals faster than you believe you will. And believe me, this happens a lot when people set their goals properly. And sometimes it might take a bit longer to achieve your goal. In any case, you can assess as you go and change your goal deadline if need be, using deadlines, not just as a timeline for goal achievement, but for quality feedback as you go. Goal setting Module 5. Now you've completed the first 4 phases of this epically charged goal setting process. The 5th phase is to establish 3 action tasks you will complete for each goal on a regular basis to achieve your goal. It's all good and well thinking them up, writing them all down and numbering them appropriately. However, every goal you want to achieve needs action to be achieved, and without it, it becomes a dream that's never reached. This is so important. For your more immediate goals, and the most important to you, you'll want to write down tasks that you can carry out on a pretty regular basis. For the second tier of your goals, you'll want to write down tasks you can carry out on a semi-regular basis and so on. So, actions at least for each goal you have that you need to take to make that goal become a reality for you. A goal setting roundup. For those who complete this process fully, a massive well done and congrats. There's nothing worse than someone claiming this process doesn't work or they didn't get the best out of it when they didn't even complete the full 5-phase system. That's a pretty obvious outcome, I think. So well done for being in the minority, the 3% who set your goals fully. You're part of a small club. You're now in a solid position to move forward and achieve your goals. But beware, now that your goals are set, it doesn't just end there. We don't just write out our goals once and then forget about them. This is a surefire way to lose your motivation and end up in the very same position in 6 months that you're in now, wishing you'd been more disciplined with yourself and doing what you know you should do. Well, this is that exact opportunity to do what you know you should do, to do what you know you can be capable of, and deep down what you know you're really worth. Now your goals are set, it's time to put them into motion on a consistent basis. To do this, you need a plan for after your goals are set. This plan is to write your goals out every day. That's right, every single day. Personally, the best results I've achieved through goal setting is writing my goals 2 and sometimes even 3 times a day. I've witnessed the immense power of this with my own goals and people I've helped within my nutrition and mindset challenges and also my one-to-one life coaching program. In fact, whenever one of my clients shares with me that they feel they're slacking and not motivated, I can help them track it back to not writing their goals out consistently, and lo and behold, and as long as they keep rewriting goals out daily, they stay on track. It really is this powerful and effective. If you remember me saying in part 1 of this goal setting series in the last episode, what if I told you you could achieve and attain everything you ever wanted in life if you just commit to writing something down for 10 minutes a day? Well, this is it. If you truly want to achieve your goals you set for yourself in this process, write your goals out fresh every single day with purpose and intent, and sooner or later you'll achieve them. Now we've come to the end of this process. All you have left to do is carry out your goal setting fully, then rewrite them out consistently and achieve your goals. I truly do wish you the best of luck in this process and in life. Thanks very much for listening. I'm Dylan Tanner and this is Movement for Mind and Meaning, a place for people just like you who want to keep trying for something more.